Lakeside, Sunday the 29th of June. I'm here Thameside at the Lakeside Wall of Fame, probably the world's longest graffiti Hall of Fame ever, I'd imagine. You know what YouTube comments are like, and nobody disagreed with any of the last videos where I said that, so it's probably true, right? We're going to take the drone up in the air, give you a bit of an aerial update. So I'll get you up in the sky. I'm going to do, last time I did it I recorded a voiceover at home afterwards, and the sound was a bit weird because the drone obviously doesn't record any sound, and there was no background noise. Today I'm going to get the drone up. I've got like a little voice recorder with a mic, so I'm just going to record the names and everything of everyone as I walk down, so you should be able to hear the sound of the Thames lapping up against the shore, any birds and stuff like that, or factory noises, which should work quite well. Let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you again at the end. So we are just past Procter & Gamble here. We're looking down west into London. You can see the QE2 bridge there in the distance. That's where the main part of the wall ends. So if we scan around here, the wall goes all the way around the shoreline there. It cuts off a little bit of the corner on that bit just past the pylon, and then we go not up, we go down all the way along here, all the way along here, and then that's really probably the start of the wall. The wall carries on, things do get painted further up, but not really very often, and not really of great quality, so like mainly dubs and chromes and stuff like that. So we'll come back down to the wall and then we'll start off the tour. Starting off with a Reeks piece there. And I think it's pronounced skewer, I don't know, SQWR I think it is. Then we've got an Urge piece with like a wicked goofy character. Got Darius Durs. And then there's a few things here that are like memorial pieces for Dazza, who died last year, I think. Really well known in the graph history of Essex and East London, and big in music circles as well, I believe. It's got there, I think, caps or gaps. Spye and ethos. That's horror. And ethos again. Spies, not the same person. So this is Spies JFK, one of the residents down at Lakeside, and the other guy, I have no idea who he is, just started painting recently I think. Got another ethos. And we've got Kushty. Let me know who that is in the middle, I'm not 100% sure. And Score. Then we've got Arom, AWE. Another Urge. Horror. Ethos again. Ecto. And the world's tiniest ethos. That's about 1.5 meters, 2 meters wide. This is Mute One. And then another little ethos next to that. Then we've got a Kid Cocaine on the end. Got another ethos here. Check out his profile if you're not already following him. If you're not, then you're a bit silly, because he's one of the legends, especially locally, but worldwide. I think he should be recognised for the quality work that he does. This one is like an anamorphic piece, so you've got the steps in front of it, and he painted over the steps as well. Who have we got here? Reeks. Not sure who the character is on the end. Going to bring you in a little bit closer. We've got a little bit far away. Hopefully I'll be able to brighten this up a little bit in post, because it's really difficult. We've got the sun behind the wall. Slam. We've got Ethos again. And Urge. Just coming into frame there is Dice. Big up Dice, he's also got a YouTube channel, so go and check that out. I'll pop a link up the top for you to pop over when you finish watching this. There is another Ethos. And Mute One. Then we've got a Horror. Another Horror. And then a Garbage Pail Kids character, which is by Horror as well. Then we've got Shy. And I'm just going to bring it down a little bit to show you this one. This is Urge and Nasha. A little bit of a piece for Hero. At the Southend City Jam 3.5, which was a bit earlier in the year. Unfortunately, Hero had a bit of an accident and came off a set of steps. So Urge and Nasha have painted him as Humpty Dumpty. So try and get back to a good position for the rest of the wall. Gonna have to take you up a little bit higher and closer here because there's some bushes coming in. Should be okay there. We've got a chrome zombie there that you've seen in a couple of the previous videos. I'll get the angle down a little bit here to try and put it in the centre of the frame. This is super dark, so I'm just going to stop and quickly try and make it a little bit brighter. Should be okay. So that's Reph. Struggling to get the drone moving again. I think there's a bit of a wind up there. And we've got Brox. Try and get back into the flow. Caps, I think. Really nice letters on that, like the style of the fill. And we've got Spy again. And Ethos. This is Hilt, and there's a pad 303 in the corner here. I think we'll have to get a bit closer to try and catch it. And it's a bit shadowy here, so of course you can't see a bloody thing. Yep, no, I don't think there's any chance of catching that without taking the drone down and changing the filter on the front of the camera there. So we'll miss that. There is another pad 303 here which we might be able to see. Just bringing the drone down, you'll probably hear it there, right in front of a little bush. It's got the old, I have to bring it in a bit closer to try and get the anamorphic view of it. Got the old biplane there. Right, let's carry on down the wall. Arms. Revs and Reeks. Revs again. Got Meks. Reph, I think. Reeks. Whisper. I'm going to try and take the drone a little bit further away because you can probably pick it up on the microphone. Burglar. That's a Vino. And character by Chi, probably. That's a Dice. Dicer. Halloween theme. AWE again. Mute one. Old Batman and Robin from Nasher. And Wicked Spaniel character from Favour. Reeks. Anil. Aim. Love those letters. Anik. Ink. Ink 1980 baby. O or O1. Powdered Toast Man, Ren and Stimpy. Henry. I don't know if you can catch that. Boys on the bikes are making some interesting noises. Not really the noise you want to be heard making when you're with one of your other friends out on your bike ride. But there you go. Who am I to talk? Nice tropical colours from Dice. 3D from Mosh. And not sure who the dragon character is by. Looks like it might be from Kushty, Will Lee. Not sure. Braga. And we've got Zodiac from Ethos. We've got a little bit close to the wall again, so I'll just head back a little bit. Got Urge. And I'll just stop here, bring the drone in. No, actually, we've got 20% left. Try and turn that alarm off. Hopefully that's done that. Nope, it hasn't. I'll bring it in and change the battery because you don't want to be listening to that beeping constantly. So we're off again. I'm just going to keep you low down here to show you the details on this Stop War piece by Brave. Last time I came past, we were up in the sky, and I don't think you could appreciate all of the details in these characters. So you've got like the face there of the explosions going on from war. It's like incredible work. So we'll go in and just give you a bit more of a close-up on that. So I've known Brave for quite a while, really impressed with this work. He's always doing amazing work. This kind of stuff is next level. So I'll take you down close up past the letters. So this piece says Stop War. We'll zoom in and go back up above it just to show you overall, but I'll just go over to the left and show you the other character close up before we do. So similar thing, you've got the face exploding or combusting from inside with a gas mask on. So I'll just go back far enough to catch the two panels in. There we go, stop war. So we'll carry on. We might have to adjust a little bit because we've got some high bushes coming up again. Try and get up above them and point the camera down so we don't have to keep changing. Shine quests. And another little ethos. I think this must be a bit of a trend. I don't know if he's maybe trying to finish off more than one piece in a day, who knows. Then we've got wants and whys. This is, I think, from, don't want to say the wrong name, but this is done in mulch. This mulch pigments, another wants there. That one's by Tabe. Then we've got another want from Bias. So this was another jam once. Died quite a few years back, I don't know the date. Was very young when he left us. And this is a bit of a jam. I think it might have been for his birthday. I don't know, someone let me know in the comments. Difficult bit of wall to film here. I'll try and go up above. Ooh, point the wrong way. It's a scrappy bit of wall because it's hard to get pictures here, obviously, with the bushes in front of it. It's Dossa or Dossier. I think that's a favour, not 100% sure. Yep, I can see walking next to it that it is. Got Kid Cocaine again. I think that's Mike. Sicko. We've got Caps. Spye. I'll hang back and try and get outshot. You don't want to be looking at my ugly mug. Got Vino there. And Kid Cocaine again. Vera, really nice straight letters on that. Nice deep yellow. Kid Cocaine. That one's Favour again. Alright fellas.
Yeah.
Kid Cocaine. Benny. Benny and the Jets. Is that Cola? Yep, looks like Cola. Don't know why I stopped. I should try and get some practice flying the drone. Make the videos a lot better, I reckon. Watch, I think. Nice grey shades in that. Nice piece like that. We've got and that looks like a favour again. Got a character there from Hilt and piece from Urge. I've walked into frame again, really sorry about that, guys. Nobody wants to see me if they don't have to. That was a Reeks. And I think that's Stripper. Yep. Lens. That's another want space. That's a horror. And shy. Reeks. Sicko. Edge. Sime. Not sure how you pronounce that. Isea. Isea. Hope. I think that's a Kid Cocaine character. I think I remember seeing pictures of that before. Mash one. These are fairly old down here. That's a Hero. And Reeks. Urge. Really like that one. And we've got Vin, Meks. And Merc. Kanko, I think that says. We've got a nice one for Dazza. Another one, Daz and Grams. And another Daz there. Finno and Chi done a Daz there. A nice character in the middle. That's a Dazza, looks like by Anil. Yep, it is. And another one by Ogre, I think. Absolutely scorching down here today. I don't know if anyone's been painting, but it's been a hot one. I was going to try and paint on my wall in the back garden, but it was just too much. I think that's a messer under there. Kid Cocaine. And another of his characters. Got a nice big horror there. I'll take you back so you can see all of that. And then I'll walk into the frame to ruin it. Urge. Ecto. Wazza. And another scrappy bit of wall. Again, this has got bushes in front of it, so it's tough to paint. Tough to get pictures of. That's not a cap. It does say cap, but it's obviously not cap one. Bezo or Bezo and ends. And we've got a Chi character, I think. Got a little bit close here, so I'm going to go back a little bit again, take it up a little bit. Angle the camera down. Hopefully the sound's not too bad on this. But we'll live and learn. If it sounds too bad with the drone sound in the background, we'll try and record it a bit differently next time. Maybe I'll keep the drone higher up or try and walk further behind or up in front. But we'll see how it goes. As usual, let me know what you think of the video. Any tips you got for improving the next one, whether it's a drone or me holding the camera and just walking through a spot. Oh, and trying not to press the wrong buttons on the controller for the drone. So that one's been there forever. It's a memorial for a guy called Callum. 2021, so that's lasted a nice 4 years without as much as of a tag on it. So we're coming up to the last bit of this main section of wall. Still got 40% battery on this one and another battery, so we should get up to the QE2. And if we don't, I've got my just normal camera, so I can just catch the last bits walking along. Mash one. Arom, I think. Arom. Got 2 pieces in a row. Pretty sure this little bit of background work there with the guy with the spear and the laser beams is Kushty. And another Arom. Revs. Got a snag. And I think that says Lacey. L-A-C-E-Y. Esson or Eson. K's got to be from Kushty. And Roma, which is obviously the same person as Arom. Got another Kushty there. And another. I think he'll be happy to see that these are all still up. An old hilt there with the 2 characters, like wolf style characters. A couple of chromes there. Got an old ethos. Really faded, and let's see if there's a date on there, because that's a really old one. No, can't see any dates. And then I think it was a calm next to it. We've got sleeve. These are all quite old. The old Shine Quest Asterix, last 2 sections of that. Got a Wear there and Zober, Scar. Humour. I think that's a favour. Mash one. Got Urge. I don't know if that was by Hero. It's Hero style lettering. And Brave one. A snake twisted around the letters, that's really nice. Reeks. Got a snag throwy there in the middle of the SG. And that bias on the end. So just coming down to about 20% battery, which is when I think they start beeping, so I'll zoom along past this bit, get as far as we can. I think there might be a few new pieces on the back of this wall. I'm not going to fly down there, but if there are, then once I've got to the end, there's a nice big chrome daz there, I'll just catch them on the action cam coming back the other way. Got an Urge there. Another snag throwy there, and that's the battery kicking off. So we'll bring it back in quickly, change the battery, Zoom down the last bit of the wall on that front side still. So third and final battery. I'm actually the other side of the wall, so I'm not going to walk into frame, but we'll have to stay a little bit further back to make sure we don't hit any trees because I can't see what's on the other side of the wall. So a bit scrappy down here. It doesn't get painted that much. There's a few people that still walk down this far. Not sure if I mentioned, so if you're coming to paint here and you're not driving, you need to get the C2C line train from either from like Fenchurch Street all the way, or you can cut through from Upminster. And you get the C2C to Chafford 100, and then it's like a 30-minute walk from Chafford 100 down to the wall. It's pretty straightforward, just get it up on Google Maps and you'll figure out the way. From the station you walk over the bridge towards Lakeside, and then you'll go down to the ground floor, come out, walk along past Isea on the industrial estate, up to a roundabout, cross the roundabout, and then you're in like the dock kind of area. And it's just straight down. Take a left to Procter & Gamble, and then when you get to Procter & Gamble you take a right, follow the road down, and you'll see the woods that you come in through. So we've got Meks there. One from Ogre, happy birthday for Reg, who I think might be his nephew. Another Ogre. So Ogre's obviously one of the people that likes to walk down this far. Don't blame him, it's nice and peaceful down here. I've painted down here a couple of times myself. Got Zodiac from Ethos. And a naked character with a big straw. I'm not sure what he's up to, I can't see a little white line at the bottom, but he's up to something. Caker, I think that says C-A-K-E-R. Not sure on this, quite interesting. I quite like weird stuff. It's definitely weird, like symbolism. They're obviously letters, but C-A-O, I don't know. Tell me if you know who that is or what it says. Faker. Is it Faker? Looks like it from that one. Super old hilt there. Hope he doesn't mind me showing you that. Bone Shakers. Taze. Cadim. I really like that. Got an old Brave throwy outline there. Not really throwy, but like just outline, hollow. Taze again. See my head behind the wall there. So I've not walked past anything on the back side of the wall here yet that's new, but I have seen a few pictures. They might be further up past the bridge than we're going to go. But we'll see. 85% battery. We'll see how far it gets us. Got an old man there. Got hilt, reeks, I think. Sarjaz. Then another reeks. And an OM from Omedino. Xena, the little Tasmanian devil. Starting to get the hang of this flying stuff. Reeks again. And is that Meek? Any names I don't read out or I miss, just pop them in the comments underneath the video so we can give them their dues. Got Sicko there. So I try and tag as many Instagram accounts as I can. It takes a long time. I try my best, but obviously I do miss someone and some I can't find because they're under different names or probably don't have accounts. So I think the video's got a little bit lighter here, so I'm just going to stop quickly and try and dial that in so we get the best possible video. It's an old Coase. We've got a nice big chrome snag there. Probably remember this from the last video as a huge Meks. Just about get it all in there at that distance. We'll come back in, and then we've got a Meks, little tiny Meks by the side of it. It's a good friend of mine. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Hope you're watching my video as well. Wall's got a little bit dark here, so I'll just quickly try and sort that out. There we go, old sleigh there. Stump dog, get your name right in this video. Era. Is that sleigh again, I think? Coming a little bit closer here. Era again, and another stumps with the Flintstones. Got Armadino. Era. Stumps. Stainer or Staingraph. Sleigh. Jago. I think it's Jago. Haven't seen her painting anything, so I don't know if she's still painting. Kaz, none. So I am getting close to where there's like a little bridge bit here. I'm just going to turn the camera around and see how far away that is because I don't want to fly. It's pretty close. Good thing I stopped. I can't see the camera, can't see the drone from where I am, so that's the end of the wall there anyway. We will take the drone up and over that bit and we'll have a little look at what's on the other side, and then we'll just fly up because we've still got a decent amount of battery here. We'll just fly up to the QE2 bridge, which is just over there. See if we can get some nice shots from up behind that and showing you the whole length of the wall from down there. We'll just get past this obstacle first. I shouldn't really be flying the drone up above this without being able to see. It's a bit stupid, but there we go. So we'll come in a bit closer now. We're past that. Bring you back down. And I'm quite a distance away from the drone now, so I'm just going to try and catch up by walking a bit faster. So you might hear me panting a little bit on the voiceover. We'll go slow. These look fairly clean and new. Just taking the drone at a nice pace so I can try and catch up with it. I don't think there's any other obstacles there. The next thing will be the QE2 bridge. Bring you down a little bit here. Take these in. Love those colours. That blue and pink works really well on the bare concrete backgrounds. Right, I found the bit on the back of the wall where there's no pieces. And I'll fly you along because you're going to want to see them. Just going to check where we are, make sure there's nothing in my way all the way down to the end of the bridge, so we're good. So I'm concentrating on flying here and not crashing and catching up with the drone, so I'm missing a lot of the names here. Loom. NA. So the last video we didn't quite come down this far. We started just the other side of that little bridge bit that flew over then. And the last time I did come down, I'm pretty sure these weren't here. These were all looking new. An old roller from Cry. Got a bit dark here, see if I can lighten that up. Actually, I think we're just next to a bloody big thing that could have brought the drone down, so that's good. So I'm just trying to be careful here because the drone's out of view, and obviously there's big like concrete structures for the bridge here. I would rather not be trying to get the drone out of the muddy Thames. So I think we're clear here. A nice big man on the pillar holding up the Thames there, and then I'll spin round because there's something on the other side as well. Got a snag, and is that this or Tris? So we'll just fly over behind the bridge, and then I'm going to take you up. See the car on its roof there? I think that's from a like fire service training thing. It definitely didn't fall off of the bridge, that's for sure. I'm going to take you back a bit here. Sorry if you can hear me blow in. There's loads of like horse flies behind here for some reason. I don't want to get bitten. So you can see Procter & Gamble, just like top of the frame there, the red building by the edge of the Thames. And then the QE2 bridge going over to Kent. South end way off in the distance back there. Just try and get a nice thumbnail image from there. Then I'm going to bring the drone in because we're getting low on battery now. Take it up a little bit higher. And not a good time to have low battery, so I'm going to bring this in as quick as I can. And then we'll carry on the last bit of the video just on the camera. Just get a little risky shot of that car because it's quite interesting. So we'll finish off this last bit on the camera. Hopefully the audio is still good. Should check the battery's still recording, and it is. So the wall does carry on a lot further than this. It goes all the way down to Purfleet down there, and there's another little section of wall down there that gets painted by the boys up that end fairly regularly. So if you'd like to do another video and go all the way down, let me know. I'll have to try and get an extra drone battery or find some way to charge them whilst we're going down. Those big silos over there for the tarmac company that make like concrete and building materials. Got the QE2 bridge all the way over to Kent. And this wall obviously is flood defences for the Thames. This is Favour. Try and get everything in picture, because obviously we're a lot closer to the wall here. There's a bright sky behind there. So I think I should be pointing the camera the other way to try and catch all of these properly, because the sun's behind. I'm going to have to walk on the path because there's all thorny bushes there. Optic. So these last few, these like geometric ones and the one with all the splatters on, are by Royds. Took me a little bit to remember his name. Try and get all of these in. Trying to avoid getting all my legs cut up on the thorn bushes, but I'm not doing too well with that. It'll be worth it for the video, I hope. These are amazing in person, the textures and the depth. Really, really nice work. Does it say dusk? truck. Poton? Not sure on that one. A nice one from Arctic there. Have a roller from Arctic. I have to head back onto the path for this bit. I'll try and hold you up and out of the way. Hopefully you can catch everything as we walk past. Bogeyman. A little character. We did it again. Like that. Is that heroic? I think so. And drunk. This is another Roids. And that's the last one. So that's it for another video. Thanks for making it all the way through if you've lasted this long. Hopefully I figured out the transitions between the drone footage and walking along. Not sure what's coming next. I've got a couple of things to paint. I've got a couple of commissions coming up, and Southend City Jam is coming up at the end of August into September. We're just going to catch these last couple. Just remember everything I just said and do the comments and subscribing and stuff as well. Couple here from Favour. And we've got a couple coming up from Love Pusher. favour. It's going to be hard to get these because the bushes are super high. Got Best from Love Pusher. Brilliant 3D work, as he's known for. And another Best. That is about it. There's a couple more things here we'll just run through quickly. So like I said, if you aren't subscribed and you like these tour videos or you want to see me painting, then subscribe, click the bell and press all, and then you'll get notifications for all future videos. There's another Best from Love Pusher. So yeah, a few things coming up. We've got Southend City Jam. I've got a couple of commissions. I've got to get over to Tottenham at some point to get the Hall of Fame there. Someone's definitely going to say it's not a Hall of Fame, it's a skate park. So yeah, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one, whatever happens. Stay safe and I'll see you soon. Peace.